Performing life liberation with the ritual. Why should we perform life liberation? What merit virtues do we gain from it? 1. Performing life liberation consists of giving of material goods, giving of the Dharma, and giving of fearlessness, whereby it's complete with all three acts of giving that are the source of boundless merit virtues that could move heaven and earth. 2. Giving of material goods will reward you with wealth, giving of the Dharma will reward you with wisdom, and giving of fearlessness will give you power and energy. 3. Performing life liberation can cultivate one's merciful mind. Regular life liberation can help us eliminate calamities and extend our life. Of course, you can pray to Guan Yin Bodhisattva for other things, like allocating the merit virtues from performing life liberation to areas that are more urgent, for example to eliminate karmic obstructions or to fulfill other wishes. What kind of people especially need to perform life liberation? Buddhists, middle-aged people, old people with illnesses, and people who are filial to their parents. Also people who work in the following areas: chef, surgeons. Abortion doctors work in funerals, pest control, work in abattoirs/slaughterhouses, criminal police, forensicist, work in a restaurant, etc. They should regularly perform life liberation to counteract calamities, but of course it's best if they could change their career. When is the best time to perform life liberation? You can perform life liberation at any time of the year. The best time to do it is when it's a clear and sunny day, as the yang energy is at its strongest, so the effect is greater. Try to avoid performing life liberation at night. When it's a rainy day, it's still fine to do it. When you perform life liberation on your birthday, or near the start of the New Year or Chinese New Year, or the 1st and 15th day of the lunar month, or in special days of the Buddhas and Bodhisattvas, the effect is especially great. Aside from those days, you should also do it when you're about to enter into the hospital, before you perform an operation, or when you are diagnosed with a severe illness, or just when you got into a serious accident. When you do it on those days, it's especially helpful. What animals should I liberate? The principle of life liberation is to rescue the lives that faces imminent death, like those that are soon ready to be eaten or slaughtered. Of all animals to liberate, fish are the most common. Don't release fish that are too small. Typically, the size of the released fish should be bigger than the palm of your hand. The ritual of performing life liberation. Before performing life liberation. When performing life liberation on behalf of life liberation somebody, it's best to do it with their money. If you're using your money to perform life liberation for somebody, before you do so, you must pray to Guan Yin Bodhisattva. Deep gratitude to the greatly merciful and greatly compassionate Guan Yin Bodhisattva, 3 times. I, your full name, will be using the amount of my money to help other person's full name perform life liberation. This money will count as their money. I pray for your forgiveness. Recite sutras while traveling to the releasing site. You should begin to recite sutras on your journey to the releasing site. Reciting the Great Compassion Mantra is the best. Before you recite, say, if performing life liberation for yourself, O greatly merciful and greatly compassionate Guan Yin Bodhisattva, please bless me, your full name, and help me eliminate calamities and extend my life. I will definitely perform more meritorious deeds. If performing life liberation on behalf of somebody, O greatly merciful and greatly compassionate Guan Yin Bodhisattva, please bless persons' name and eliminate their calamities and extend their life, or other wish. Afterwards, recite the Great Compassion Mantra, the more the better. Performing Life Liberation Step 1. Greet the bodhisattvas at the releasing site. If there's no Buddhist altar available at the releasing site where you will be performing life liberation, then put your hands together and while facing the sky, say, "Deep gratitude to the greatly merciful and greatly compassionate Guan Yin Bodhisattva." Repeat it 3 times. Performing life liberation step 2. Reciting Buddhist scriptures. Great Compassion Mantra 1. Heart Sutra 1. Karasaniya Dharni 7. If there's a Buddhist altar at the site, you can recite after paying respects to the bodhisattvas. If there's no Buddhist altar at the releasing site, you must do step 1, greeting the bodhisattvas before you can do so. Performing life liberation step 3. Praying to the bodhisattvas. If performing life liberation for yourself, O greatly merciful and greatly compassionate Guan Yin Bodhisattva, today, I, your full name, will be liberating amount of fish or other aquatic sentient beings like soft-shelled turtles or shrimps, etc. May the greatly merciful and greatly compassionate Guan Yin Bodhisattva bless me, your full name, and help me eliminate calamities and extend life, or resolve negative karmic affinities, eliminate karmic obstructions, or any other wish. I will definitely perform more meritorious deeds. Performing life liberation step 4. Before liberating fish into the water. Before performing life liberation, it's best that you make the following prayer. If during this life liberation event, there are any occurrence of contamination or incidents that are beyond my control, then I pray for the greatly merciful and greatly compassionate Guan Yin Bodhisattvas and the Dharma protectors' forgiveness. Note, this prayer is made to avoid any issues that may arise due to water contamination and liberating aquatic species in the wrong habitat. Or if there's a lot of big fish in the water that eat the little fish. One must first be cautious to whether there's severe fishing in the surrounding area, and whether the habitat of the site is suitable for the aquatic beings you are liberating, to make sure that this event is done in a completely satisfactory way that complies with the law. Performing life liberation step 5. Liberating fish into the water. When releasing the fish into the water, you must be gentle to minimize any potential harm to them. During the process, you can continuously recite the Great Compassion Mantra, Heart Sutra and Rebirth Mantra with no limit. The more you can recite, the better. Please take note. If any aquatic beings die in the process, you must recite the Rebirth Mantra to help it ascend. Typically, for each fish it asks 7 times, for each crab it asks 7 times, and for each shrimps it's 3 times. Also, if the fish seems to be weak or in a certain condition, just quickly liberate it to avoid any more deaths. You can amend your prayers and recite sutras after you have liberated. Performing life liberation step 6. Finishing the life liberation event, send your gratitude. When the life liberation event is over, put your hands together and say, "Deep gratitude to the greatly merciful and greatly compassionate Guan Yin Bodhisattva and Dharma protectors for blessing me." Repeat this 3 times.